Welcome to part two of the 2026 Retention and Reactivation Breakthrough for Chiropractors free four-part video series. In part one, we talked about the new patient engagement standard and how your patients either know you by name or they think of you as just my chiropractor. And today I'm going to show you the actual data for the three clients that stood out to me in October. And these are the numbers that made me stop literally everything I was doing, say holy shit out loud. It basically changed everything. So just like I said, and just like I've been saying last few days, these aren't big city unicorn practices. They're everyday practices, everyday chiropractors in small towns that are seeing extraordinary engagement from the list that they already have. So this video will be a little bit longer because we're going to cover three clients, three amazing performance milestones. So I'll try to kind of just jump in and get you right through them. So we'll go with the first one. Let's get started with the first stat, the one that stopped me in my tracks. So I was reviewing October data, and this first client, very first dashboard, the first data set that I saw, I found that he was seeing a 70.6% open rate for his patient list. And what that means is that 70.6% of his patient list opened at least one of his emails in the month of October. Now, just to give you a little bit of perspective, uh, if you're posting to social media like Facebook, Instagram, you're organically going to see like a 2 to 4% engagement rate there. You're going to see, just a very small number of people, a small percentage are going to see your messaging versus 70%. Like that's insane. So it's significant because it's not realistic to expect 100% of your patients to open 100% of your emails. Like it's just not real. So it's just not going to work out that way. Uh, but what is real is human behavior and opening an email here, opening an email there. And we want as much real human engagement as we can get because that's the goal, right? Someone who's known you, liked you, trusted you sometime in the past, opens one of your emails and makes their way onto your schedule. Like ultimately, that's what we're trying to do. So when I went back to October 2024 for this doc, this exact same month, 1 year earlier, his engagement was only 46%. So due to the fact that with our service, we every single month, human person is pulling your performance, reviewing it, and then we're making edits to improve it, we've seen a jump go from 46% to 70.6%. So we're a little over 70% for him. I'm excited to see. I'm about to start pulling probably November, probably tomorrow. I'm going to start pulling the next data sets. So we'll start reviewing what we had in November, and I'll probably touch on that, a bit coming up soon. So anyway, what this meant for him specifically is that out of his 2,400 person list, a little over 1,600 of them, these are real patients, opened his emails, at least one of them in October. So no ads, no promos, no new software, no Instagram, just weekly human first emails that feel personalized and familiar. That's the compounding effect of doing these simple things, making these simple habits work for you. The next one is one of my favorites, and honestly, one of the clearest proofs of what you send matters. I, I don't think that sentence should have been plural. That sounded janky. That what you send matters. That's better. Sorry, I'm from Kentucky. I know I sound all country. It just is what it is. You'll just have to get with it. So this one, so what made this one specifically like so significant is that this doc was already sending emails consistently. He was using another service in the profession. His open rates sat steadily in the low 30s, which is actually probably not terrible for generic content, but obviously since we just saw 70%, what's 30%? So he switched to ChiroConnect. His first email just happened to be the Halloween newsletter, and he saw a 54% open rate and over 100 clicks just from that one newsletter. So nothing else changed, not the list, not the town, not the patient base. The only thing that changed was his content. And so that just goes to prove that your patients aren't reading PubMed, but they will read something that feels human, personal, seasonal, connected. And this example literally proves that. Now, uh, let's jump to the last one. Example number 3. This might be the one. This may be the most significant one. I don't know. You guys decide. But this is the one that stopped my whole team because this doc got over 117 clicks to call in just 2 emails. Now we just saw in the previous example a doc that got over 100 clicks in just 1 email. So like that in and of itself was crazy town. But for real, let's go ahead and pop in really quick just to look at what 116 clicks to calls can look at, especially in just 2 newsletters. So we saw that first number. So what does 116 clicks actually mean for your practice? What it actually means. Sorry, I had to pause for a second. Someone knocked on my door. So, what we're seeing here with this 116 clicks, what does that actually mean for your practice? So, I took the industry standard of roughly a 30% conversion for people who click to call versus like how they make it into an actual appointment. So, what that looked like on an average in an industry standard is 35 booked appointments. Now, if the average adjustment is around $65 per adjustment, that came to around $2,300 from just 2 emails. And the part that made me say WTF is that our entire year of service at the $199 special rate that we've been running is only right around $2,300. So, what that means is that these 2 emails alone paid for his entire year of Chiro Connect. Every single click to call after that is just pure ROI. Is that guaranteed? No. Is it common? Probably not, but is it absolutely possible? Like we've seen right here in just the last two, the last 2 examples of over 100 clicks. So yeah, I would say it's pretty freaking possible. So uh, your list is more powerful than you think. Y'all, for real. I hope that you hear me when I say that. I say it quite a bit. But your patients want to hear from you. And the difference between a quiet list and an engaged one is simply what you send and how often you send it. So this is the new reality for chiropractors heading into 2026. Watch out for the part three of our video series that's going to come out on Monday. It's going to pull back the curtain on how all of this works. I'm going to share the human first framework and how we use that week after week to produce engagement exactly like this. So I'll see you then. I'll see you in part 3. Until then, take care.